Just how much did it take to get my book published? Welcome back to Writer's Theory. I'm James Winterthorn, and in this video, I want to talk about just how much I spent to get my first book published. If you're not familiar, Chords of Fate, I self-published that book. It's right here. So if you haven't purchased it already, be sure to go buy this book on Amazon right now. I self-published through Bookbaby. I did some research on some other self-publishing options. I definitely wanted to go print on demand. I didn't want a garage full of books that I then had to go out and find a way to sell out of the trunk of my car. So I did one print on demand. I think the self-publishing industry has generally moved into print on demand. I think the printing 1,000, 10,000 books, I think that was self-publishing phenomenon like 10, 20 years ago. I think we've kind of moved past that now, just as in the modern world, as of 2025 anyway. So I wanted print on demand for sure. I wanted a wide reach, so not just on Amazon and not just on the producer's website. Although going through this experience, I don't know that it needs to be anywhere but those two places. But I wanted that wide distribution. I wanted some support, and I wanted a good dashboard. So those are all things that Bookbaby provided. At the time of recording this video, I'm about to publish Ghosts Horizon on Amazon KDP. So I'm learning about that experience. So once I go through that, have a printed copy and a little more just experience doing it, I'll share my thoughts on both processes. But in terms of Chords of Fate, I want to talk about both the editing, because that cost a fair amount of money, and the publishing through Bookbaby. So I'm going to talk about both of those aspects. First, Chords of Fate. This is my first book. This took me about, I was off and on writing this for probably 2 years. And then it probably took us another 2 to get it to a publishable state. It obviously wasn't my full-time effort, but we spent a lot of time on this book. Very proud of it. My wife helped me so much with this book, in addition to the paid services that we used. I couldn't even imagine calculating all the hours that we put into it, but it was a lot. So very proud of this book. Very pleased with the product that we got from Bookbaby, and the services we got in editing it too. So let's get into just how much it cost me to create Chords of Fate. First, let's talk about editing. I knew that I wanted a professional editor. And at the time, I thought we had got the book to a good place to share it with an editor to pay for those services. So we went through Reedsy. This is not a sponsored video. I don't have a coupon code for you. Maybe I should have done that before making this video, but I didn't. But went through Reedsy, and the outcome was good, although the experiences were mixed. So you are working with contractors who. So Reedsy is a collective of professional editors, of people that have industry experience editing in the genre in which you're looking for. So lots of editors. So you can find someone that will work within your genre to edit your book. You can see all of their experience there and their ratings. We picked 2 editors to help us out, a content editor and then a line editor. One did not go well. The individual he didn't read the entire book and then made sweeping comments across the whole thing based off of reading 2 chapters, and then charged the full amount. So that didn't go that well. He didn't charge a lot, but that was still a very disappointing experience. The second editor did a phenomenal job. She read the whole thing, even though she was doing a line edit, looking for mechanical errors, things like that. She still gave me some feedback on the story, still commented on plot points and things like that. So we're very pleased with our second editor. The first editor cost $1,000, which is a steal for a 130,000 word story. But it's not a steal when that person doesn't read the story. So that was $1,000 that we didn't get really any feedback on, and was kind of a waste. So that was a little bit of a disappointment. The second edit cost $2,600, which is still a good deal for such a long story, and she did an amazing job. So total editing costs for Chords of Fate was $3,600. I still find the total purchase worth it, even though it was a little frustrating at times. The thing I would do differently from paying for an editor is we got the manuscript back and made all of the changes, and then we still found things to change 2 and 3 drafts later. So there was a lot of things that anybody can catch. Like, one person can only catch so many things, even a professional editor. So what I wish I had done differently was I wish I had gone through the book much more thoroughly, multiple times before deciding to pay somebody to look at it, because I would have gotten a more refined product back after those paid services. So if you're at that phase and you're considering a professional editor, and you haven't read your book 2 or 3 times or 3 or 4 times to find how the plot is structured, to make sure your characters are developed the way you want them, to make sure your story comes across the way you want it to, and it has as few errors as possible, consider doing 1 or 2 more edits on your book before paying somebody money to find things that you might not know to catch. But very pleased with the editing services. $3,600 for the editor. That takes me to the actual publication and just what that cost. So we went with the custom package from Bookbaby. We got 50 books out of that package. They formatted the ebook and the interior. We just selected some criteria. I created the cover and sent them that file. So I didn't do any cover work. So it was really just, I'm paying for publication, paying for those initial copies, paying for the print-on-demand services, which are ongoing upon publishing. And I also paid for an initial copy to see what the book looked like and to have a physical copy to read, to check one more time for mistakes, which we did find some. That was an extra $100. So if you're wondering, I have this book. I have this book here, which I'm demonstrating for this video. This is a fresh copy, fresh out of the box. If you go to Amazon or Bookbaby and purchase a copy, this is effectively what you'll get. So you might wonder, what is this book then? Like, this thing is all beat up and ratty. So why is this one the one featured in my office here? Well, this is that book. This is the one that we paid $100 to get a single book printed, so we could see what it looked like, see if we needed to make any adjustments to the formatting, to the cover, find mistakes in the body matter. And so this is the first one we bought. So that's why I feature it. First, because I'm not going to sell it, so might as well put it up there. And it's just it was the first one, so that's why this one is displayed in my office here. So we paid for that, and total we paid Bookbaby $3,300. So that is a final number. So total, I had $3,600 in editing and $3,300 in publishing. So I spent about $6,900 for professional services. We also printed this, like on our home printer. We printed maybe 5 or 6 copies, basically a ream worth of paper used to print copies so we could have physical copies to go through. That's something I prefer to do at least once or twice. So that, you think that's about a cartridge worth of ink. So let's just say another $100 in office supplies to print the book. So let's just call it $7,000 to print Chords of Fate, my first book. Would I do that again? Absolutely, I would. We'll see how the Amazon KDP process goes. But I was very pleased with what happened at Reedsy, with what I got from Bookbaby. I'm very pleased with that process. I would absolutely do that again. But now my effort is to sell enough copies to offset the $7,000 it took to print the book. So if you haven't already, please go buy Chords of Fate by James Winterthorne. Shameless plug there. I'd like to know what questions you have about self-publishing with Bookbaby or Amazon, or if you've self-published a book, who did you use and what were your experiences there? I'm really curious what other writers' experiences have been. If you enjoyed this video and you would like other writing-related content, well, please like and subscribe. I also share my own writing journeys here on YouTube for all the world to see. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.